Hello, good morning. It's another Sunday morning here, and it's a lovely weather. It's sunny, unlike last week that was raining a little bit. Last week I promised to talk about the second part of my encounter with failure, but I would have to shelve that until next week because something that has been burning in my mind over the last few years struck me that I should talk about it to my audience and see what people think about it. And it's about the language in which we teach in our schools, and especially in higher institution, and especially for professional courses like medicine and engineering, and any other course that you might think about. And this, giving you a background to this started from my encounter with a colleague when I moved to the UK. He's from Syria. His first encounter ever with English language was at the age of 27. He learned all his education in Arabic, from primary, secondary to university. He was taught medicine in Arabic, and he never learned how to speak English until he had a thought. He had to leave Syria for the United Kingdom because of the civil unrest in his country. And it was when he got to the UK that he started learning English from ABC. He got proficient enough to be able to take the conversion examination, the PLAB exam that doctors take to be able to practice in the UK. He passed the exam, and he has been practicing in the UK for the past more than 10 years. For the past more than 10 years, he has been practicing efficiently in the UK, and he was never taught medicine in English language. He was taught in Arabic. Do you get my drift? I now think about the situation of my country, Nigeria. We lament about the low literacy level, the out of school children, the dropout rate, and whatnot. And this is peculiar, particularly in the northern part of the country, that have resistance, a keeping of resistance historically to the adoption of English as a language. And I think this is a masterstroke. Why can't we teach people in the language that they want, in the language that they desire? Why can't we teach people in their native language? Teach them in Arabic, teach them in Hausa, whatever it is, teach them in that language and let them treat and attend to the people of their locality. By the time somebody went to university and is taught in Hausa, for instance, he can only practice in the northern region where Hausa is the predominant language. And that would, number one, increase the literacy rate, reduce the inertia to adopting education, improve our education standard, and even improve the quality of life of people. So, what can we possibly do? How can we get this right as a country? And you might be wondering, oh, this is highfalutin. What is it being done? Look, English language is not the predominant language that is used across the world. If you go to China, Japan, Russia, Turkey, India, and some other and Poland, for instance, medicine is being taught in their native language. So we are not going to be doing something alien. We can adopt a curriculum. We can form a curriculum. We can go to our professors who are of the northern origin, to come up with a curriculum in this language, and this will incentivize people of the region to adopt education more. We will stop talking about literacy level being low and poverty, because we need to get off this neo-colonial mentality that everything has to be in English language. This was enforced on us. Before the colonial masters came, we were living as a people. We had our language, we had our culture. So if English is going to be the barrier to achieving our SDG 4 aims, why can't we think beyond it? Why can't we? I know a lot of people will be like, is it only about northern Nigeria? If we are teaching outside, do you want to teach in Igbo? Do you want to teach in Yoruba as well? If these regions feel a need for it, by all means. But for God's sake, there is no inertia, there is no resistance to English in this other part. Where there is problem, we should think about the practical, pragmatic solution. This is not a competition among regions. We should be able to think for the larger good of our country, Nigeria. And if you think about this critically, you will see it's going to be a masterstroke. I'm imploring on our lawmakers. I know a lot of modification has to be made into the constitution and in the education policy of the country and all. I'm glad that there's going to be a constitution confab recently, conference for the review of the constitution and for the adoption of possibly regional and the parliamentary system in the country. Whatever it is, if for all it's worth, I would implore that our lawmakers give this a thought, especially the northern lawmakers. Think about your people specifically and the solution that is practical, that is peculiar to them. Teaching people from primary to university level and any course whatsoever in the native language does not diminish the quality of education that they get. I've just given an example of my friend that I met here in the UK. He never spoke English until he was 27, 28 years, and he's practicing. So if anybody that is taught in Hausa wants to practice beyond the northern region, let them have some English tests to do to be able to practice out of that. And if they want to leave the country for enemies, they can decide to then learn English on their own and write these exams. But this will remove a lot of children from the street. I hope this can resonate with a lot of people. I hope this voice can be magnified, and I hope this can reach the people that matter, that will be able to make a change. Let me know what you think about this, and then next week we'll meet again. Thank you.